Be of a good courage, brother, for there stood of God before me last night, saying not to be scared. Not one hair of your head is going to... Not one hair of your head is going to perish. The ship's going to be wrecked somewhere, but there's nothing going to... Glory to God! We're not far from land, brother.
Out there, well, he'd lost hopes too. All hopes they could be saved, Paul said, was gone. The little old 14 days and nights, no moon, stars or nothing, a little boat tossed about in the waters and everything. I guess all hope's gone, so he didn't know. But standing down in the gallery that night praying, a vision come before him. Yeah. And he said, don't fear, Paul, for you're going to be brought before sin. And lo, God give all these that sail with you, has given to you. So therefore you be of a good courage. And you go on out and have a good courage. And little old Paul on the outside shaking his hands and screaming, give a good courage, brother, for there stood the angel of God before me last night, said not to be scared. Which go to Caesar. Yeah. So now I'll tell you, there's not one of you going to die, not one hair of your head's going to perish. But the ship's going to be wrecked somewhere, and the door wrecked somewhere, but there's nothing going to harm us. So let's take something. He was afraid to do it, and Paul went and got the sandwich and made it and started eating. Why, he wasn't scared. Why? God done said so. Anchored in Paul's heart. I don't care, the ship was a pitching just as hard as it could. No stars, no moon, days passed on by. Didn't worry Paul a bit. I imagine one sandwich after the other, walking up and down there. We're not far from land, brothers. There, the whale might have come up to turn the ship over, and the sharks following by the hundreds. That wouldn't faze Paul. No, sir. He knew what God had said. Said, work courage, for I believe God that'll be just as He showed it to me. There's faith.